Alright, so in this one we're looking at an extreme 4K gaming PC. This is one of the highest end PC builds that you can get right now, guys. So hey, if you like the video, press that like button. If you want to see more videos of that kind, subscribe and check out the links in the description, because this is what helps me the most, guys. If you actually try to purchase these PC parts through my links, this would help me out a ton. And without wasting any more time, let's take a look at this power hungry, very powerful CPU GPU combo actually. So the CPU, we're looking at the Intel Core i5-13600K. Now I know that the next gen Intel CPUs are right around the corner, but even though they are around the corner, I don't think there will be a big performance difference that worth waiting, in my opinion. But that's just how I see it. If you want to wait for the 14600K, it's no problem, but in my opinion, if you could find the 13600K for a really good deal, just get it. And it's right now for $285. I don't think it would go for cheaper. It might go for $260 in the future, but yeah, for now it really gives you really good performance for the money. It's one of the fastest gaming CPUs right now. The only caveat is that it requires really good cooling in order to get it done, and we have the cooler for it, which is the Thermalite Peerless Assassin, and it's a very power hungry CPU. So you have a decent you have to get a decent power supply in order to get this thing up and running, and that's what we have actually. And it will not bottleneck our GPU, which is the most important thing. The board, we're looking at the MSI B760M-P or the Gigabyte B760M DS3H board. Now both boards will support the next gen 14th gen CPUs, so you have no problems there, and it's got 4 RAM slots. This is a DDR4 system, by the way. It's not DDR5 because it's more expensive, but yeah, nevertheless, there's no bottlenecking. It will get the job done, and this is what you need. As for the RAM, we're looking at 32 GB of DDR4 3200 MHz RAM. Now, yeah, this one goes for around $50. So we're getting everything you need. All the bells and whistles are there. You don't have to worry about anything whatsoever. And 32 gigs is more than enough for any PC, as I said before. The SSD, we're looking at the 1TB Kingston MV2 SSD. We're actually over the $1,500 budget by a lot. So yeah, if you have an extra $100, you can actually add a 2TB SSD. But yeah, it is what it is. This is a really good 4K machine, and we have to cut corners here and there. But yeah, 1TB seems to be a decent space, and you get the fast boot up times and loading speeds that you want. Now the GPU, which is the ace or the star of this PC build, we are looking at the AMD RX 7900 XTX. This is the highest end GPU that AMD has to offer. It performs the same as the RTX 4080. It's a lot cheaper than the RTX 4080 if you actually care about the money. It's $200 cheaper. So yeah, that's why we went with it. Pretty cheap. It will get the job done. I mean, comparably cheap, of course. And yeah, it's a 4K beast. Even if you decided to go with ray tracing, I don't think this GPU would disappoint. It will perform close to a 4070 Ti when it comes to ray tracing performance, even though it's not a ray tracing GPU. So yeah, there are some applications if you are doing anything other than gaming where it will actually come short, but when it comes to gaming, this is a beast in my opinion. Now the power supply, and I've said before, we need a beefy power supply. So we're looking at the EVGA 850 watt power supply, semi-modular. I believe that that's a gold rated power supply. Even it will get the job done. It's more than enough. Or you can go the Gigabyte 1000 watt power supply even if you want to go that crazy. And the case, I don't know why I went with the BitPhoenix case, but this time we're not going with it actually, since we are already over the budget. I decided to go with something more premium. Let's go with the NZXT H5 Flow RGB case. It goes for around $100. It's got the RGB fans pre-installed, so you got nothing to be worrying about there, and it looks really good. So that's been it. If you like the video, press on that like button. If you want to see more of that, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.